In Zimbabwe, 1.5 million people are currently living with HIV. Approximately only half of them know their HIV status. Although treatments are improving, stigmatization, poor access to healthcare, and expensive drugs continue to act as barriers for many here who are hoping to combat the virus. I'm Dr. Tlalemu Fugeng in Zimbabwe. I'm here to meet a team of doctors with an ambitious plan to end the HIV epidemic by year 2030. The first goal of the UN-AIDS 2030 plan is to get 90% of the HIV-positive population to know their status. This challenging target needs new initiatives to reach communities who have never been tested. I've traveled 5 hours to rural Gutu to see a joint project by the Ministry of Health and MSF. They have set up a weekly night clinic in the town square. Using a rapid HIV test, it takes 15 minutes to get the results, and pre- and post-counseling is included. Chengeto brought her daughter Lindiwe into the clinic as she feared her illness was HIV.
Lindiwe Chengeto na Gertrude. Results are Lindiwe abuda arikutiwo HIV positive. Ropara kotawana rine utachwana HIV. Chengeto right. Results enyu Chengeto arikutiwo HIV negative. Kura kuti hatina kuona utachwana HIV muropara yenyu. Tiri kuti isusu munhu wese anogona kurarama upenyu hwachatsanangura panapa. Tichitaura nezve-HIV yatatesta tikaona irimo nezve-AIDS ndokurwara. Ndakunzwa uchikosora nekurwara kwavo uchitaura mai kwakabweti nezvema-ARVs ane chikadhi chandataura ichi. Ndokuda kuti titaure tichikasira. Iwo unouda riini mushonga? Unouda here?
Lindiwe will be started on antiretroviral therapy, which includes taking a single antiretroviral pill every day for the rest of her life. This is provided for free by the government of Zimbabwe. The aim is to get 90% of HIV-positive people on treatment by 2030, which requires free drugs and reliable access to healthcare. A major challenge is that most of the population live far from the urban health centers that distribute antiretrovirals. For some, it's a whole day of travel, and not everyone can make the journey. I've come to meet a self-formed community ART group, or CAG, which hold monthly meetings to update medical records, do pill counts, and check for any problems. They elect one member to make the 6-hour round trip to the local clinic to collect everyone's medication. Felix is this month's volunteer. When you tested at the clinic and they told you that you had HIV, did you understand what HIV is?
Ndakandisina kugadzirira asi nokuda kwokuti kufa kwakuchiita vanhu ndakakasira kuzvibvuma. Support group inotibatsira kuti hatinyanyi kunoungana kukliniki kutestese. Tinoinda munhu mumwe chete, vamwe vachisana kushanda vari kunokumba. Inini kubva zvandatanga kutora mapirizi somunhu unorarama noutachiona hwe-HIV, ndinonzwa kuti nyama dzangu chaidzo mumwiri mangu chamu handina pendichahwa panondirwadza.
Successful antiretroviral therapy suppresses the virus and reduces the onward transmission of HIV. But to know whether a treatment is working, a viral load test is required. The goal is to get 90% of people who are on treatment to know their viral load. To achieve this, a whole new infrastructure is needed to allow rural clinics like this one to offer viral load testing. I've come to meet MSF Dr. Abraham Mapumo to find out more. How does the viral load testing help you guys in managing the HIV patients?
We used to monitor our patients by looking at the health of the patients. That would take probably a year before you could actually see any changes in terms of the effect of treatment. Now with viral load, we are able to detect the subtle changes as early as probably 3 months after initiation of therapy to see if our treatment is effective or not. In terms of primary health care, it means that person who has got a very low viral load is not able to transmit the virus to the community itself. And I think that also helps in terms of public health when we look at viral load as a form of monitoring for our patients.
A viral load test measures the number of HIV virus particles present in a milliliter of blood.
Instead of taking whole blood or plasma, we're using a dry blood spot. It allows us to keep this sample for probably hours up to weeks before this can be processed at the National Reference Laboratory where the viral load will be taken.
The dried blood spot test is a viable alternative to plasma sampling, but does not require a cold chain to reach rural areas. This makes it a great option for low-resource settings, where transportation can pose a real challenge. The samples are then driven 6 hours to Harare, where they are processed at the only scientific reference laboratory for viral load in Zimbabwe. At the laboratory, they use cutting-edge techniques to extract and process multiple samples, all in a few hours. So these are the samples from Gutu?
Yes, these are the samples. Then after sorting, then they will take to the testing area.
The dried blood spot from each sample taken in Gutu are dissolved and the HIV virus carefully extracted. This is then amplified to help produce an accurate viral load count.
These are the results of the samples we have just processed.
So the yellow ones are the viral loads which are a little bit high, and the white ones are the ones that are undetectable.
Yeah.
An undetectable viral load means the chance of a patient passing the HIV virus to others is greatly lowered. All the results are then logged in a database and sent back out to the clinics. So this is what the clinic in Gutu will get.
Yeah.
And of course the smiley face means that the results are good.
Result is, it's
less than 1,000.
Yeah.
A viral load below 1,000 is deemed undetectable in Zimbabwe. It means treatment is working and the virus is being suppressed. For many, it's good news. But HIV is still something that is managed rather than cured. Eva's viral load was over 15,000 because she stopped taking her medication. A counselor provides support and education to ensure treatment is adhered to, and both Eva's and the community's health is maintained. You understand, both of you, that Eva must take the antiretroviral treatment for the rest of her life? Preventing the spread of HIV is a mammoth task, but with plans for 6 more viral load units in Zimbabwe by the end of the year, the ambitious plans for 2030 are slowly taking shape.
Virus,